The home automation revolution just officially began behind closed doors, and domestic chores are about to become completely obsolete. Uncut footage leaked directly from Tesla's residential testing facilities reveals Optimus Gen 3 autonomously folding laundry, organizing kitchens, and handling fragile glassware with zero human intervention. No remote control. No pre-programmed scripts. Just pure, real-time spatial awareness. By pairing micro-actuated tactile fingertips with direct Grok AI voice integration, the bot navigates dynamic home environments while consuming negligible power, dropping its total operational cost to less than $1 per hour. With mass production scaling toward a target sub-$20,000 price point, millions of households are about to acquire a full-time butler before legacy tech companies even finish their prototypes. For decades, consumer robotics companies promised us a world where domestic labor was automated, yet every attempt fell embarrassingly short. Legacy tech firms offered glorified vacuum disks that got stuck on rug fringes, or multi-million-dollar laboratory hydraulic arms that required scripted coding just to pick up a tennis ball. The fundamental barrier wasn't moving metal, it was the infinite randomness of human living spaces. A home is a chaos chamber, toys dropped on stairs, shifting lighting, delicate glassware mixed with heavy pots, and unpredictable pets or children. To solve the domestic labor problem, a machine couldn't just execute pre-planned paths, it needed a human-level visual processing system and tactile manipulation capable of modulating grip pressure down to the milligram. Legacy robotics companies declared that a fully autonomous, general-purpose domestic butler under $100,000 was a physical and financial impossibility before 2035. They assumed the raw computing hardware alone would draw thousands of watts, requiring bulky cooling fans and massive battery packs that would drain within minutes. Traditional appliance giants sat back, confident that human housekeepers, maid services, and manual domestic labor held an ironclad monopoly on residential care. But while the competition built isolated prototypes for academic trade shows, Tesla was applying the massive neural network training infrastructure built for full self-driving straight into an autonomous humanoid chassis. And the leaked residential testing metrics reveal that the era of manual household chores hasn't just been challenged, it has been systematically dismantled. To understand why traditional tech executives are currently panicking, you have to look beneath the sleek composite skin of Optimus Gen 3. While legacy robotics companies were stuck cramming bulky servo motors directly inside plastic hand palms, Tesla completely redesigned the robotic hand from the ground up. The new architecture features 22 degrees of freedom per hand. By relocating the heavier actuators from the hand directly into the forearm and employing a sophisticated tendon-driven system, Tesla achieved dexterous movements that are dangerously comparable to the 27 degrees of freedom found in a human hand. This biomimetic tendon wiring reduces the physical weight of the fingers, giving the hand lightning-fast human dexterity and an unprecedented precision of 0.08 millimeters. Every single fingertip is embedded with high-frequency force feedback sensors that calculate contact pressure in real time. This micro-tactile sensitivity enables the bot to perform delicate operations effortlessly, whether it is gently gripping a raw egg without breaking it, tying shoelaces, or sorting laundry without damaging fragile items. Because of this mechanical leap, the Gen 3 hand is now capable of executing over 3,000 distinct household and industrial tasks. But the hardware is only half the threat. Then there is the reasoning brain. Optimus Gen 3 doesn't rely on rigid, hard-coded instructions. It integrates xAI's Grok LLM directly into its architecture, acting as the high-level reasoning layer that processes natural language interaction. This language layer bridges perfectly with Tesla's FSD V15 full self-driving computer, which has been entirely redesigned for embodied intelligence. Using a vision system comprising 8 cameras, the robot constructs a real-time 3D map of its surrounding environment and processes everything through an end-to-end neural network. When you tell Optimus to clean up the living room, Grok acts as the conscious brain providing high-level instructions, while the physical neural networks execute those commands in rapid control loops without waiting. Rather than waiting for a programmer, it acquires skills through a sim-to-real training pipeline, simulating actions millions of times in a virtual world before transferring them directly to reality. If it fails a grasp, it possesses the autonomous self-correction capability to immediately adjust its approach without requiring any human intervention. When skeptics calculated the running costs of a bipedal humanoid, they predicted a massive spike in home electricity bills that would destroy its consumer appeal. But the raw power metrics leaked from Tesla's residential testing tell a completely different story. Operating at an average electrical draw of roughly 500 watts during active chores, powered by a high-density 2.3 kWh torso battery, Optimus Gen 3 runs for up to 8 hours on a single charge. When plugged into off-peak residential power rates, the raw energy cost drops to less than 6 cents an hour. Even when factoring in hardware amortization across a decade of use, the total operational cost sits under 92 cents per hour. Compare that to professional maid or housekeeping services charging anywhere from $25 to $40 an hour for limited, scheduled visits. Optimus Gen 3 provides 24-hour continuous availability with zero scheduled friction, handling everything from laundry and dishwashing to heavy lifting and meticulous organizing. When homeowners compare paying thousands of dollars a month for manual cleaning against a 92-cent per hour butler that works tirelessly through the night, the economic shift becomes unstoppable. By weaponizing its manufacturing scale, Tesla isn't just selling an expensive luxury gadget to early adopters. They are deploying a cost-effective alternative to domestic labor that makes traditional home appliances look like primitive tools from the Stone Age. The ultimate threat to legacy robotics isn't just that Tesla built a smarter, cheaper humanoid, it's that they are building an industrial engine designed to flood the global market by the millions. While competing firms celebrate low-volume hand assembly in small laboratory spaces, Tesla has converted dedicated production space at its historic Fremont facility, setting up pilot lines designed to crank out 1 million units annually. But Fremont is only the proving ground. Satellite footage and recent site progress at Gigafactory Texas confirm ground has already broken on a massive, dedicated Optimus facility engineered for a mind-boggling production capacity of up to 10 million units per year. By leveraging the exact same supply chain, structural casting techniques, battery technology, and onboard AI inferencing hardware used across its automotive lineup, Tesla is driving the unit build cost down to levels traditional robotics startups cannot even fathom. The target consumer price tag sits between $20,000 and $30,000, less than the price of an average entry-level sedan. At that price point, the payback period for domestic households and commercial clients completely collapses. Compare a decade of hiring traditional housekeeping or maid services, which can easily top $150,000 in cumulative labor fees, against a sub-$20,000 upfront investment in an Optimus unit. Operating at less than 92 cents an hour in electrical draw, the robot delivers continuous 24/7 autonomous coverage, paying for itself in less than a single year of operation. Tesla isn't just releasing another high-tech consumer gadget. They are rolling out a mass-produced, deflationary labor force that will permanently reshape the global economy. The arrival of Optimus Gen 3 doesn't just disrupt traditional home care, it fundamentally rewrites the economic framework of human society. For the first time in industrial history, the marginal cost of physical labor is decoupling from human biological limitations. For over a century, economic expansion was strictly bound by labor availability, wage inflation, and human physical fatigue. By converting general-purpose domestic and industrial labor into a software-driven, mass-produced hardware asset, Tesla is effectively setting the floor price of physical work to the cost of off-peak electricity. Every single hour an Optimus unit spends folding laundry, cleaning a kitchen, or assembling components on a line is fed back into XAI's central neural networks. When one bot encounters a new task, whether it's a non-standard lock on a door or a complex dynamic chore, that physical spatial resolution is instantly serialized and deployed to every unit across the global fleet via over-the-air updates. The network doesn't just scale, it compounds its real-world intelligence exponentially. Instead of an individual worker whose learning curve remains fragmented and limited to one person, the Optimus network operates as a unified fleet neural stack with instant OTA deployment. While human labor remains strictly capped by population demographics and compounding wage inflation, a mass-produced humanoid fleet offers unbounded productivity that scales continuously while hardware costs drop toward raw material value. We are stepping out of the era of simple automated appliances and entering the era of physical hyperabundance. Legacy tech firms, traditional appliance manufacturers, and commercial service providers aren't just facing a new competitor, they are facing an evolutionary leap in how work itself is performed. When physical labor becomes as cheap, abundant, and accessible as pressing a button on your phone, the entire global market changes forever. When autonomous humanoid bots transition from industrial production lines straight into millions of private homes, the definition of daily life is completely redefined. The hardware is locked, the manufacturing lines are scaling up, and the $1 per hour domestic revolution is officially underway. Will the mass adoption of sub-$20,000 domestic humanoids create the ultimate lifestyle upgrade, or are we moving toward a future where human physical labor becomes entirely obsolete? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.